Hi, today we're going to talk about how to regain focus and attention span when you're struggling. Have you ever had a day where you feel unfocused, unable to clear your mind, get your attention span back on what you were focused on? Sometimes we have moments where we can't really clear the fog, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Maybe you feel inadequate. You forget things all the time. You go into a room and you can't remember why you were there. Or you're working in a different environment today that requires you to put aside all the noise and the other things that are trying to grab your attention to focus on that one thing you need to do. It doesn't really matter what's causing this, but the bottom line is we have to find a way to take a little bit of a time out, step back, and then regain our focus. And that takes some time. Let me tell you a couple of stories. First story is I work every day in front of a computer screen, and I have back to back to back phone calls. And sometimes it's really hard. I feel like I have whiplash where I go from one topic to another, maybe a client call to a HR training or whatever. And the oil that I keep at my desk is adaptive. And adaptive comes in a couple of different forms. It comes in an undiluted form where you can just put it in your diffuser. And then it also comes in a little roller where you can just, when you have that little moment where you're going between two calls, go like this, and everything, you just feel like the previous stress goes away and you can regain focus. And so this has been a godsend for me for those moments. The second story is about my son, who's now 21. When he was 15, 16 years old, he was going through a very high level academic year at his school, and he was having a hard time focusing on schoolwork. So we tried putting an oil, and he wouldn't wear this, but we could put it in the diffuser in his room. Intune is the focus blend. This is another great way to just put a couple of drops in the diffuser, keep it on for 3 to 5 hours while you're working, and it helps you really regain your focus. Or if you prefer to just put on a little dab, much as I did with the adaptive, you put a little bit on your pulse points on your hand. You can even put it on the palm of your hand. Rub your hands together. Breathe deep. Put a little bit topically on the back of your neck, and it just helps you regain that, like, I'm in control again. I know what I need to do. So those two stories are just simple examples of how I have used the essential oils both in my own personal life and also for my family. So I'm going to talk about 4 of the oils that all of you will have received in your sample packs. You will have had probably one of these 4 oils. So we're going to focus on these 4 today. The first one is adaptive. I spoke a little bit about this. And I think adaptive is really the go-to all-around calming blend. So it doesn't matter if you're tired, if you're stressed, frustrated, anxious, have lack of focus. This is a great oil to have in your toolkit, if you will. So the good thing about adaptive is it is both calming, it's called the calming blend, but it's also energizing. So it gets the oxygen going in your blood again, which helps your brain focus. And so it can be both calming and energizing, which seems kind of counterintuitive. It's, as I mentioned, a perfect blend to diffuse. If you feel like you need a little something to help you overcome your unfocused feeling, and we call it Calm Confidence. So that's a great oil. The second one seems like an interesting one, and this is pink pepper. So it's got that lovely peppery smell that you get with black pepper, but it's a little bit rounder and softer. It's chemically very complex, and it's got limonene and philandrine, which are both relaxing for the central nervous system. And that's really important because your nervous system is where our body feels the result of emotions flaring up. So it's a great oil you can take this internally. You can put it in salad dressing for flavor, but you can also put a drop in water, have a little drink if you need a quick pick-me-up. So if you're struggling with focus, this is going to be a great oil for you to go to. One of the nice things about this is it blends really well also with peppermint in a diffuser. So it's quite a nice, fresh, peppery smell and good for clearing brain fog. And a couple side bonuses. It's very good for your metabolism. So if you're want to burn some extra calories, that's you're getting through your day, or also protect your immune system. It's very good for supporting a healthy immune system. The third oil I'm going to talk about is Motivate. And Motivate is another one that I keep in a roller. Again, this also comes in a pure form, so you can keep it to put in the diffuser. For anybody that has the rollers, if you purchase the rollers, you can always take the roller top off and then drop a couple of drops in the diffuser. But Motivate is one of the great blends of citrus, mint, and a little bit of vanilla. So it's got a really refreshing, uplifting kind of aroma, but it's also very good for your emotional stability and also confidence for the day. So if you need to prop up and get through something, Motivate's going to be a great oil for you. Gives you good energy, and the citrus is uplifting, and the mint is the oxygenation piece, which is really good for brain fog. So Motivate, also a great oil. And then lastly, the Intune, which I mentioned earlier, that really helped Bailey when he was studying. This is called actually the Study Blend, which is interesting. It's very earthy. It's got that patchouli grounding fragrance, and it's really good for somebody who deals with issues of focus and maybe scattered thoughts during the day. So these are the 4 oils I was going to focus on. Many of us carry oils with us, but I wanted to just highlight having a keychain is a great way. I've got my little kit here, but if you want to just pop this in your purse and keep the oils with you that are really you need every day. Also great for kids. They can hook it on their backpack if they need a couple of oils to prop them up during the day in school. And then lastly, before we kind of close the call out, I wanted to just revisit Lifelong Vitality, which is the supplement program that I've talked about a couple times and Shannon shared, that really helps give us the foundation of health nutrients that we need, but also 9 essential oils which help keep our nervous system and our emotions at a more stable level. So today I was going to talk about a little bit about how when you take the supplements regularly, they can help you focus. And the reason for this is they have, and I have to read this because it's a Latin word, Bacopa monnieri. It's an aquatic herb from the wetlands of Southeast Asia and India, and it has been used in Ayurvedic practices for thousands of years, which helps to reduce anxiety, so anxious feelings. It supports and props up your nervous system, and it improves cognition, so your ability to remember things and recognize things. So if brain fog is really something you're struggling with, we highly recommend that you get yourself some Lifelong Vitality supplements and start introducing that into your everyday preventative approach to your emotional self-care. And the supplements have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which I always like to mention because there's no loss in trying them. And if you do decide to try them, be sure and write down the things and the reasons why you've decided to invest in them, so that after 30 days you can look back at the list and realize all the things that are no longer troubling you. So couple things just at the end. I wanted to remind you, I will put a couple links in this group for today's action, one of which is about how we source pink pepper, which is great. It's a great story. It's a Himalayan product, and a very nice healing hand story as well. And we want to also be sure that you put some comments in here. Which of these oils do you like and why? If you're new to trying these oils and you've just been introduced recently, be sure and put in the comments about the samples you've received, what you liked about them, because you remember, the more you comment, the more you make notes, the more entries you have for our prizes at the end of the week. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.